everyone, Amanda here from Create with Scrimpingmommy. Thank you so much for joining me. Now I've got what looks like a very unassuming project to share with you, and I'm going to show you how to make it. But the main focus is not actually on the project, it's on this mechanism. So I have to give a shout out in the first instance to one of my Facebook group members, Carol Tadden. I think I'm saying that right. And I will leave a link to her video in the description box below, because she made notebooks like this using metal press studs or snaps, whatever you call them in your country. And I thought it was a great idea, and I wanted to expand on it by creating a mechanism out of paper. And the more I think about it, the more uses there are for this mechanism. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is we've got here a collection of scraps, so it's a great way to use your scraps up, and it's a little notebook, so it's quite slim in profile. Okay, it's all just paper and lightweight cardstock for the mechanism. And what happens is you can flick through the papers, so no need for sewing, no need for, you know, stapling. You don't even need paper clips. Okay, so that could just slide it in a pocket, or you could actually glue it on the back of the mechanism. We've got a small circle. You could glue that small circle to an actual journal page. This is the wrong style of journal, but you could actually glue that to a journal page, and then when it's all glued and dried to the journal page, you've got this. Okay, now the other great thing about this mechanism is, and I will show you, not only do the pages move, okay, but the actual mechanism moves a full 360. Okay, so if you figure out how to make the mechanism, the possibilities of what you can use it for are endless. I can see it as closures, okay, to close a flap, so like that would then close your flap. Okay, lots and lots and lots of ways of using it. So I'm going to show you how I've made it. This is just something I threw together really quickly, and I just glued this little chap on here just because it's what I had to hand. But yeah, it's well worth learning this mechanism. It's probably not a new idea, it's based on something that's already in the stationery market, but I've adapted it and made it out of paper. So get your scraps of cardstock and paper and let's get crafting. Okay, so the one I'm going to show you for the purpose of the tutorial is going to be very basic. I've just taken 2 pieces. I'm just showing you. You can see how many pieces you can get away with in relation to the depth of your mechanism. But what I'm doing here is I'm showing you how to make the mechanism. Okay, so you want some lightweight cardstock. Okay, doesn't have to be heavy, and I'm using a 1-inch circle punch. You could use dies, you could even hand cut these. Okay, you could cut them by hand, draw around a circle, do the same process. So what you want first of all are 2 of these. Okay, and then you want to find a 1/2-inch circle punch. Okay, and I'm going to explain how you can do this if you don't have a 1/2-inch circle punch. So what you want to do first of all is punch the 1/2-inch, then go in with your 1-inch over the top, centralize it and punch so that you've got one with a hole. Now if you don't have these punches, what you can do is you can draw around something, okay, and then just draw around something in the middle smaller, or just fold your circle in half like that, okay, and cut yourself a 1/2 moon shape, which will then give you a hole in the middle. Okay, so it can be done without punches. You just got to think. Like I had to think how to make this. So there you've got 3 circles. So on one of them you want to fold it in half. Please excuse my nails. I'm addicted to steam cleaning my house, so I'm sorry. My nails are a mess, but they're not a priority just now. So we folded it in half, then we're going to fold it in half the other way. Okay, so that you've got a cross. All right, then what you want to do is get some paper snips with sharp pointy blades, as thin blades as you can. You know, great big chunky ones you're going to cut your garden hedge with are no good. And we're going to cut either side of where we've folded, okay, up to the middle, but not all of the way. Just cut either side and leave a small amount. Okay, there's no exact measurement. if you just get some circles and have a practice. Okay, so either side of the score line, cutting upwards towards the middle, but not all the way. Turn it around and do the same at the other side. Okay, so you've got this, you've got 2 flaps. So where you have cut up to, but not all the way to the score line, just go in with your finger and fold that piece of paper backwards and flatten it and crease it. Then go to the other side, put your thumb there so it can't tear or go too far. Turn it over and again fold it flat. Okay, and you're basically essentially creating kind of a paper brad or split pin. So then you grab your pieces here, and if you've got that 1/2 inch, again punch the top. Okay, again, if you don't have the right size, draw a circle and cut around it, or fold the paper in half and cut a 1/2 moon shape. There's always ways to do things if you don't have the exact same tools as me. Don't think, well, I haven't got that, so I can't do it. Yes, you can. You've just got to get creative. So then what we do is we place the paper brad in the top, poking the holes through our pieces of paper. Okay, so in the stationery world, these are just metal prongs and you just fold them back, but we're making it out of paper. Great way to use up your scraps. Then you get your circle with the hole and you put it over the top. Okay, line it up kind of, but it doesn't need to be perfect. Let me just move this down ever so slightly. Okay, move that down so it's in line. I'm just kind of lining it up with the hole that I've punched in the paper. And then you can fold those 2 pieces back. Now don't fold them too tight, okay? Do it loose. You can even almost like pull it back a bit and bend it slightly so that it's not tight, if you know what I mean, okay? And then you want to grab some glue and you want to just a dot of glue there, a dot, tiny amount, okay? Tiny amount of glue there. I've actually put too much on. And you want that to dry without it sticking to your paper, okay? Mine don't want to dry now, of course it doesn't. Then lift the other side, dot of glue. If you've got a fast drying glue, it'll make your life a lot easier. I'm very tempted to treat myself to the art glitter glue, but the frugal side of me just is not mentally ready for it yet. Okay, I'm just giving that a moment to dry. Okay, give that a press. Make sure it's not attached. Make sure this is not glued to your paper. And make sure this is not glued to your paper. Then you can get the circle you want to glue around the edge of here. Okay, just glue around the edge of there. Just dots of glue. And attach your circle on the back. That covers the mechanism. If you use lightweight cardstock, it doesn't make it bulky. Covers your mechanism and it gives you a base to then glue onto a project if you so desire. Otherwise, it just makes it look tidy. You don't even have to do this if you don't want. You can just leave it as is. Okay, and then that is your paper brad. Okay, and that should rotate 360 degrees. And then all you need to do is find something cute, if you so desire, to put over the top of there, like I have here. Okay, like I say, that will now work either as a paper brad or whatever these are called. Okay, but you could also turn it into a locking mechanism for a flap, or, you know, like a closure. So the possibilities are endless. And what a great way to make some little scrappy notebooks that you know, you're not restricted. You can turn it all the way up for writing. You could even turn these into like hidden journaling spots in journals, have them both the same size, and then one can twist out of the way. You know, I mean, let your imagination run wild. There's lots you could do with these. I don't even know what to call it. I think I'm going to call it just a paper brad. So there you go. I hope that is helpful. I think it's a brilliant idea. As I say, inspired by Carol, who used metal snaps. And I just thought, how can I get the same effect but without metal snaps, with paper. So how cool is that? It uses minimal supplies and a great way to use up your scraps. Leave me a comment, see what you think. I hope you give it a try. If you do, you know, give me a little shout out or share what you've made on social media and tag me so I can see it. I'm always your biggest cheerleader and I love to see what you make. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I'll go and sort my nails out. I promise. Bye for now.